What is going on, friends? Thank you for joining me for our interview with the Bellator light heavyweight champion Ryan Darth Bader before his huge main event fight against Lynn Vasil at Bellator 186 live on Spike Friday, November 3rd from the Bryce Jordan Center on the campus of Penn State University. This is the second time Ryan has joined us, and for the second straight time, he was an amazing guest. We get into a lot of cool stuff, guys. But before we get to Ryan, here's a quick message.
Mercado Airwaves Sports Experience is brought to you by supporters at patreon.com/Mercado Airwaves. If you would like to support Mercado Airwaves, visit us at patreon.com/Mercado Airwaves. Find us on iTunes at Mercado Airwaves. Keep up to date with the show on Facebook at Mercado Airwaves. Follow Mike on Twitter at mmercado2333 and on Instagram, Mike Mercado2333.
Thank you for keeping it tuned in with us, guys. Here's our interview with the Bellator light heavyweight champion, Ryan Bader. Enjoy. What's up, Ryan? Thank you for joining us again, man.
Yes, sir. How are you?
I'm good, brother. I know you're feeling pretty good. Last time we talked to you, you were getting ready to go into MSG's Kick Some Ass, and win something called, the light heavyweight championship of the world, man. How you feeling?
Good. Yeah, it was a good experience, and been a gold mine forever. So to attain that, it was awesome, and now it's just kind of on to the next one. I've said in other interviews, it was one of those things where it was always hanging over my head. There's a goal I want to achieve, so I finally did that, and I feel like it freed me up to, it just even have more fun and let loose, and so I'm looking forward to this fight.
Yeah, man, and I think that was one of the things I was so excited to get back with you is this, how quick of a turnaround is it to, go from MSG winning the gold and then having to now prepare for what should be a hell of a fight come on November 3rd. How fast do you have to transition and game plan for this next bout? Do you have any chance to ever sit down maybe a week or two to enjoy it?
Yeah, I did, but I'm always kind of in the gym, so I gave myself a week and got back in there kind of slowly. And anytime you're in a 5-round fight, you're gonna have little bumps and nicks and whatever. So healed up a little bit, and then got a call that we were fighting in November. So getting back at it. But I kind of like those, especially if you're healthy. Just get back in there and go, and then it's perfect time also, get to enjoy the holidays and get another belt. So.
Yeah, and I think that was one of the things that got me excited for this fight was that you're coming into it fairly feeling pretty good, and it seems like you had another really good camp. Before we get into some of the more, deeper questions, how was this camp in difference to, let's say, before the Phil Davis fight? Because obviously now you're the champion, and I guess what I want to ask is, in the movies, you always hear this stuff like the extra pressure of being the champ. Rocky has to beat Drago and Mr. T, but is it really like that in real life? Is there added pressure on being, now being the champ opposed to being the challenger?
No, I think there's less pressure.
Really?
I felt like last fight there was a lot more pressure because it was my time that the only, I may never get that shot again. So I went in there and I was like, man, I need to win this fight. I need to get this fight because I want to become the champion, and and I may never get this shot again if something happens. Like I thought I would, but you never know. And so that was that pressure, And then every fight you have, whether you're on the undercard or whether it's defending the title, is pressure on the fighter, But so I would say there's less here, to be honest. And I've had a great camp. Last camp we were in the middle of moving a gym. We're doing this, and it was one of those things where it was, I was pretty tired after my body was kind of beat. And this camp I feel amazing. So it's definitely a confidence booster walking in that fight.
Hell yeah. I mean, you're feeling tired moving, and you still find a way to beat one of the baddest dudes on the planet to win the light heavyweight belt. I mean, that's pretty badass. But you mentioned enjoying the camp a little bit more. How is that? All these different camps that you've gone through, all these different battles, and it seems like you can hear it in your voice that this was legit a fun, enjoyable, loose camp heading into another huge fight.
Yeah, it's just kind of building off and seeing results really off last camp. When you go in and you're feeling good in 5 rounds of sparring. I brought up Francis Barroso, who's a UFC 205-pounder. to kind of be my exclusive training partner, and then I felt like every sparring session I was winning every round. I was going 5 rounds, no problem, right at the beginning, and doing the extra stuff and the altitude and this and that. So when you see results like that and you see your body performing at its highest level, it gives you motivation. And so went through camp. I didn't miss a practice. I just felt good, and going into a fight, that's a huge thing for your mentality also.
And I think a lot of fighters, I don't want to speak for fighters. I think a lot of athletes in general, they have to learn to get to that discomfort level. And I think that's what a lot of your fans have really gotten behind you, so you're willing to go to that next step. And I really want to get your thoughts on this. Is since being the champ, I mean, you've always been one of the smarter fighters when it comes to making your camp and staying healthy. But as these battles continue and you've gone through all these fights, do you feel like that's probably been the X factor compared to a lot of these other guys, especially in a stacked division like yours, where you just know how to train better, you just know how to just recover better and just be mentally ready for when, the cage locks and you're in there? Yeah,
I think that's a huge thing, and I'm also one of the least hit guys,
Right.
When I was in the UFC, that was a stat both Phil Davison and I had is the least hit guys in the UFC, and I think that's a big part of it, and the people around you, having the right people around you that have been through this and a ton, and know what they're doing also, and can reaffirm what you're doing is right and tell you when you're wrong, and so that's also a huge thing. But yeah, you got to be healthy, and you got to be smart about it too. Back in the day, we'd spar 3 times a week hard, and when we were first on the scene, because that's how everybody did it, and then we kind of learned that, to sustain this, we got to change things up, and so it's been good. Have the right people around me, I feel good, so all is well.
Before we get to some a few fun questions, let me just ask you, when you get in there and all the interviews are done, all the media is done, it's just you in that cage defending your crown. Tell the fans, who I know a lot of people who've heard the first interview know exactly what to expect out of you. But for the first time listeners going to get to see the show that is Ryan Bader, what can they expect, and why are you going to walk out the defending and reigning light heavyweight champion?
Yeah, this guy's kind of lit a fire in me, because he's been talking smack and getting it going. So I look to go in there and put a good beating on him, and not have this one go 5 rounds. Get him out of there quickly and make him see that there's another level to all this stuff. He's fought some tough guys, but he hasn't fought guys like I have. He hasn't been in there, the 25 plus times and against legends of the sport, and so that's going to be the difference. And I'm going to go in there and put it on him.
And that's why so many people root for you, Ryan, is you bring it out every single time. You sacrifice it every single time. And that's what we appreciate. And that's why we're going to, make sure it's a little lighthearted to start your media row. Let's get to some fun ones. Halloween just passed, man. Obviously you're in tremendous shape. You're one of the baddest dudes on the planet. But when you decide to let your hair down and let loose, what is a cheat meal that you have to go to? I mean, I have a lot of cheat meals. A lot of them, Ryan. How about you? I know you only have a few. What are they?
Yeah, my probably number one would be... I'm in Arizona, so we have good Mexican food. I love Mexican food, so I'll do I'll go to a couple places and I'll get a pollo fundido. It's basically a chimichanga with like cream cheese sauce on top, and then I'll get an a la carte shredded beef taco on the side. Maybe even splurge and get a Coke or something, with it. So my Mexican food is definitely my favorite.
Make sure you end that fight early so you can get back over there and get some of that bomb-ass Mexican food.
Good right now.
And last one, what is a Halloween passing by? Do you watch scary movies? Do you have a favorite scary movie?
I like I think a lot of them are cheesy, but, a recent one I kind of liked was The Strangers, and then I like the Shining for an older one.
Classic. Come on now. I'm with you on that one. Go check. If you like Stephen King, go check out the new It. I bet you'll love it, brother.
Yeah, we were going to go check that out, but we watched the Lego movie with the kids.
And there's nothing wrong with that. The kids just make us bigger kids. It's all good, brother. I'm with you. Brian, I'm going to get you out of here, man. You got a crazy day. You're always one of our favorite guests. Thank you for joining us again, man. It means the world to us. Like I said, open invitation when you guys are in Chicago. We'll have a cheat day. Instead of Mexican food, we'll get pizza as Mexican food.
There we go.
You're all good.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, good health, man. Good luck this weekend. A huge thank you to all the people at Bellator MMA, the fine folks in New York, and of course, the light heavyweight champion, Ryan Bader. You can check him out in the main event Friday, November 3rd on Spike TV. It is Bellator 186, Ryan Bader versus Lynn Vasil at the Bryce Jordan Center on the campus of Penn State University. Tickets start at just $25 and are available at the box office and through Ticketmaster. Thank you to all of you for joining us for our interview here on Mercado Airwaves Sports Experience with the light heavyweight champion, Ryan Bader. You can follow us everywhere in the universe. We're on Twitter at mmercado2333. Like us on Facebook at Mercado Airwaves. We're on iTunes. Rate, review, like, share us, guys. It means the world to us. iTunes.com/Mercado Airwaves. Every single one of our shows, like Pizza Night with Nikki and Mike, The Good Brothers, every one of our interviews here on Mercado Area Sports Experience is brought to you by our amazing producers over at patreon.com/Mercado Airwaves. Check out how you could become one of our producers, how you can get every one of these interviews ad-free and before anybody else. Just visit us at patreon.com/Mercado Airwaves. Subscribe to us on YouTube, youtube.com/MikeMercado2333 if you guys want to watch us on the big screen. And if you would like to see behind the scenes, follow me on Instagram, instagram.com/MikeMercado2333. Thank you so much for joining us on this one. Don't forget, Friday, November 3rd, it's Ryan Bader versus Lynn Vasil for the Bellator Light Heavyweight Champion. Thanks for joining us, guys. Have a good one.
To be a part of the show, follow us on social media. Like us on Facebook at Mercado Airwaves. Follow us on Twitter.com at mmercado2333. And help the show out by liking, rating, sharing, and commenting on the show on iTunes/Mercado Airwaves. Subscribe to us on YouTube at youtube.com/MikeMercado2333. Check us out behind the scenes on Instagram, MikeMercado2333. Thank you for listening to Mercado Airwaves Sports Experience.